Welcome back, my friends, to the party that never ends here at James Mandolare's YouTube channel. We've become a gamer channel for the last couple of months. Played the great retro game Caesar 4 for you. Did all the cities. Go ahead and check that out on my playlist. And now we're playing a more modern game, the most popular game, the most intriguing, fascinating, and fun game for a person that likes to muse about history and cultures and all art, music, and theater and, all that stuff. Mythical history, historical fiction, sometimes the same thing. We're in kind of a quiet phase in our game here. We're playing Sid Meier's Civilization 6, The Gathering Storm, inspired by Sid Meier, guided by Sid Meier. A wonderful guy that was probably kind of like me, had many interests, and he liked the idea of civilizations that rose and fell throughout the years. We go all the way back to Mesopotamia and ancient Greek and ancient Egypt, and then we have Rome, and that's the development of history. And he made a game out of it all. And the people at Firaxis Games, once he got successful, he got a team together and got some historians together and artists together and musicians together, made this great game. And we're in the midst of a nice one, an easy one, on a lower difficulty, king difficulty, just so we can have some fun. We just got a wonderful 20 iron from the very generous tribal villagers that happen to live out here on the plains. Looking around, trying to fill in the fog of war, as they call it, the blank spots. This warrior was fighting barbarians, but he's done with that. He's heading north. Join his buddy up there in the north, keeping an eye on Bologna. This warrior went down here to kind of check on things, so he's resting right now. Now 40 years pass every turn. We're now at 1640 BC, and the world enters the classical era. And I don't know if you noticed, but all of a sudden the colors have kind of gotten a little golden, a bit of a yellow gold on the whole map now here. I wonder why. If I hit this button of what's next, what do I get? The world has entered the classical era. Isn't that nice? You are in a what? A golden age. We have gotten us a golden age. A wonderful glittery yellow golden age. And we have these dedications. We can get free inquiry. And that means that Eurekas provide an additional 10% of the technology costs. In other words, you get 40% off of your technology every time you get a Eureka, except in the Golden Age when you get 10% more, which is half, 50%. Commercial hubs and harbor districts, gold adjacency bonus provides science as well. What a boost to science that is if you have harbors and commercial hubs, or if you want to build them. Well, we don't have any harbors or commercial hubs because we just got Hercules to build us a few districts, and then we went into full wonder mode here. It's kind of slowed us down a little bit because wonders take time, but in the end, those wonders will help us out. And they'll be built for the rest of the game. They'll add to our game. So they're worth building. It's just it can bog you down for a few turns. Brush, pen, and voice is for cultural inspirations. They also get 50% off if you choose that dedication. Plus 1 culture for each specialty district. That's going to get you through that civics tree pretty quick. So the free inquiries for the tech tree. Pen, brush, and voice is for the cultural tree, the civics tree. Monumentality is about faith and gold. So this is one of my favorites. Plus 2 movement for all builders, so your builders can go between cities easily. Can purchase civilian units with faith. Builders and settlers are 30% cheaper to purchase with faith and gold. And that gives you a whole other dimension to get these basic settlers out so you can really settle if you choose this one. They're cheaper, builders are cheaper, and at this stage of the game, and that's how I think about it, later on I might want to get free inquiry when I have harbors and commercial hubs and can use that. If I have a few theater squares and some cultural things going on, I might want to switch to a cultural victory. You don't have to get a science victory. You can switch anytime you want. If the game seems to be leading you into a more cultural direction, you can switch as long as it's not too late. You can't wait too long. Exodus of the Evangelist is when you got a religion and you want to spread your religion around. But I'm not doing a religion victory right now. I do want to get some religious units because they're fun. But I'm going to get Mounumentality so we can continue the expansion of Rome through settlers and the improvement of Rome through builders by using faith to get those units instead of anything else. Now, even though I'm building wonders, right, I can still get a settler. Go to faith purchase, builder, settler. And they're cheap because I'm trying to think. I forget, but they're cheap. 195 for a settler. Yeah, that's right. The dedication says they're cheaper to buy. You know, if you want to purchase it with gold, it's cheap too. We don't have quite enough. It's 390 gold. But it's only 195 faith. So guess what? I'm buying settlers whenever we have that amount of faith. I'm buying one. And I can still go on with this production queue. I didn't produce it. I just bought it with faith. And now I'm going to take it. And I'm going to run with it. And I'm not coming down here, although I can later, right? Because there's going to be a time when I'm going to want to fill in the gaps between these cities. Once I take these city-states, that's going to take me a while. But I also want to settle out here. Because I want to stop this guy from coming south. And I just might want to go somewhere like there. Right? Now, these numbers here are loyalty pressure. If I try to settle here, then I'm going to lose that city. Because it's going to rebel. It'll lose loyalty at 20 points a turn until it loses all its loyalty and flips to Gaul. So I cannot settle. If I settle here, I'll lose 1 loyalty per turn, and if you get a governor in the city and you get some policy cards, you can cut down on that and make your cities more loyal. If I take Geneva, and that becomes a Roman city, that will push that loyalty down, because now the more cities you have in an area, the more their loyalty feeds each other. But I'm going to settle this out here. There's no loyalty pressure there. Still north of that line. So I'm just settling as far north as the game will let me. And we have, I am King of Spain, Portugal, Sardinia, and Sicily, Naples, the Duke of Milan, etc. But most importantly, I am a devout follower of the one true religion, and I hope for your sake you are as well. Well, it's an honor to meet you. You're quite a dramatic fellow. I do believe you are encroaching upon the sacred future lands of Rome. Although we do not own them now, I believe Sicily is destined to be a part of the Roman Empire. And of course, Naples, Sardinia, Milan, even Portugal, and may I even say Spain, are destined to be a part of the Roman Empire, but until the day in which my ambition can grow to epic proportions, as well as my military growing to epic proportions, which I'm sure it will, you are safe on the Iberian Peninsula, and you may worship whichever gods you wish, as long as you have a naked statue of the Emperor placed in your most holy temple. Thank you. Goodbye. A statue of me, of course. You wish to enhance certain parts of my anatomy, that is fine as well. I would like to see, wonder if you would like to see a bull fight. Not really my thing, but whatever. very good. Alright, now we should get right on this over here. Send a delegation. We received your your trade delegation. I will be sure to instruct them in our ways. I don't know what accent I'm giving that guy. Everybody gets an Italian accent. A bad one. A bad Italian accent for this guy. Not my favorite character. I don't like evangelists. He's wicked. He'll send his missionaries into my territory. He'll definitely try to convert my cities. He's really a pain. Especially if I want my wonder religion to remain intact, I gotta fight him off eventually. Not in war necessarily, but in religion. Because he will definitely try to convert me. He'll send the Spanish Inquisition. No one expects the Spanish Inquisition. But he'll send it. Right, anyway. I think this is going to be my last episode for tonight. I'm getting kind of punch drunk. Done a bit of a marathon today because I've had so much fun here. And I hope you have too. Alright, this guy's patrolling the north. Just keep an eye on things. I wanted to find the toe end of Italy over here. So, oh, horses. Hey, we got horses on the tip. I'll have to get a settler down here. I think we can get one more city on here. Maybe two. I'm not sure. Your people's glorious age looks a lot like gloating to me. I look forward to the day of your fall. Huh? That's nice of you. I look forward to the day of your fall. So there. Huh. Goodbye. And your fall shall come sooner than mine. For I have loyal enemies and friends. Sailing. Very good. Finally got sailing. It's one of the first techs we should have gotten a long time ago. But we have sailing. We can build some galleys. Vessels large may venture more. But little boats should keep me ashore. Benjamin Franklin, one of my favorite people from history. After the Constitutional Convention, which he was a big part of, even though he was quite elderly and even somewhat sickly at that time. I think he was in his 90s. Someone asked him, Dr. Franklin, what have you given us? And his answer was, we've given you a republic, madam, if you can keep it. Ominous answer. All right, we got celestial navigation in 5. We got currency in 5. We got horseback riding in 5. Engineering 17. Ironworking, I like to get 10. We got iron after all. We got 10 for ironworking. I would have to say, I think currency is eminent. We can get ourselves a new district, which might be good. Okay, there's Cordoba. Very, very well. We have found that there are civilizations in the west, and we must settle this area before he can, especially here. Do want to settle there, and I might, to compromise, and instead of going as far north now, just settle this area. That way I can kind of keep them both at bay from encroaching on my lands. That might be a much better solution. Let's see, here's the settlers, a part of the game that is part of history too. The war often was won by the people that could get there the quickest. I like to settle here. I know it's 1 square off of fresh water, but you can aqueduct back to the river or even to the volcano, I think. But I want to be here because I want to get all of this production and all of these volcanic tiles, because they keep improving every time the volcano goes off. I don't want to settle my city too close to the volcano, but I do want to get the yields that come from the volcano. I'm sure I would like to settle that woodsy river valley too if I could. I could steal that builder and go to war with this guy, but I don't want to do that. Too much trouble at this point, especially for that poor scout. He'd get wiped out. But I do believe this is a war game primarily, and I might want to go to war. Just kind of going to walk up there, take a look at Venice, see if it's got walls. And get walls. Coming up here with my warrior. Now there's maybe getting the idea that there could be trouble on the way. And we're going to flesh out the environs down here. Now we're looking at, there's some lands over there. Might be something stirring. Don't see any ships or anything, so we're going to take those searching military units, head on back to town. Now we're going to keep our horses from you, Phillippe. That was my grandfather's name. I'll give you open borders, and I'll give you 5 Diplo favor. What do you think? What do you think? Give me some money? What do you want? I give you money and 5 Diplo favor? Jesus. I guess. For 30 turns? That's nuts. Wow, that's... You want... Forget it, pal. You can... Jesus, he wanted $180 for open borders. And 5 Diplo favor. That's nuts. Okay, we got 2 wonders coming out at once. Are we cooking or what? 2 wonders at once. That's nuts. That's great. I'm so proud of myself. Okay, it's going to take us 11 turns to get that warrior over there. Will it meet with barbarian scouts that come out of nowhere? Maybe. Okay, as long as we're building wonders, we can't build military units. Our military's getting a little shaggy here. But we're still slowly but surely working at it. Would I love to get that iron up there? You bet I would. There's the... Wow, look at the science. Man, he's getting all that science. How come he's getting so much science? Shouldn't have put him in the game. He's too powerful. He's going to win. He's going to win. The Romans talked a big game, but they were secretly insecure. Narcissists always are. Chronically insecure. Have to prove themselves, you know. And they were short. They had what they call a Napoleonic complex because they were short. So makes them bullies. You know, they're bullies. Trying to make up for a lack of stature with bravado. Happens to the ultra wealthy too, you know. They're embarrassed in a sense that they are treated like such extraordinarily special people when all they did was inherit money. It's really bad for them, and it really breaks their souls and makes them into these unhappy, dysfunctional, messed up people. It's sad. It's not good to do that to a person. Give them unlimited wealth and power from an early age. It really messes them up and destroys their sense of innocence. And then they have to spend the rest of their lives trying to prove themselves that they're worthy of their exalted position when they didn't do anything but either inherit it or sit around and make money off the money they already had. And it's not good. It's not good for human beings to be that way. It makes them insane and narcissistic, sociopath. I think we're learning that in this day and age, and it's a good thing for America to learn, because America's a young country. Our culture is relatively young. Back in the day, they had the Oracle at Delphi, and we're building it right now. This is the famed Oracle. I sprang upon the swift ship in the form of a dolphin. Pray to me as Apollo Delphinius. Also the altar itself shall be called Delphinius, and overlooked forever. By Homer, the blind poet of Greece. Gotta love the Homers. They're my best friends. A private joke. My best friends are a couple of brothers, a couple of Homer brothers, 2 or 3. A couple of 2 or 3 Homer sisters. And the matriarch of the family, some of the nicest people you're ever going to meet. Let's see. Patronage of great people costs 75% less. Normally in the game it's 25%, but here it's 75%. Because I boofed up the wonders. Beefed up the wonders. Plus 6 great person points of their type for each district you build. Is that crazy? Plus 6 points. I get like plus 9 points. So this is really going to accelerate the game and give us a quick win. So we don't have to do too many episodes here. But that's why I decided to put that wonder on. It's just meant for fun, and it is a lot of fun. So now we're going to start getting great people, and things are going to start hopping, and it'll be fun for you to watch. So I thought I'd put that amplification back on, but it's kind of breaks the game a little bit. It's an awful lot of fun, though. And I like to build wonders, and now they're going to have quite the effect. One more turn for this wonder, and now we can get back to what matters, making military units to crush those who would dare stand against Rome or even limit Rome's expansion. So therefore, we're going to go back into military mode again. It's 11 turns, it'll be 7, and then we can build another district in Rome. Because remember, it's multiples of 3, so 3 times 2 is 6, of course, and plus 1 is... We're not going to get a settler or a builder in here because we can get those with faith. So we're going to spend faith on that for this era. I mean, we still can. Look at that nice production we got there. 5 turns for a builder, that's great. Can't get any traders because we've got to make trade routes now by making commercial hubs and harbors. They give trade routes. And trade routes make you money. They're really good for Rome, so we're going to want to do that. I'm looking at the list here, man. I want to make something. I don't want to make another wonder. It takes too long. Library would be nice. They'd give us science. Ancient walls would protect us. Granary would give us housing. Watermill, production and food. But right now, like I said, we're going to queue up some military units. I'm going to have a chariot, a spearman, and an archer, and a warrior. And I'm going to do it again. I'm going to try to get through those military units without interrupting it. I have 11 turns to do it. And look at that, 3 turns, 5 turns, 4 turns. So I'm going to crank out some military. And we will unify the Italian peninsula once and for all under the banner of Rome, Rome, and only Rome. These city-states do not deserve to be independent states in the midst of the Roman Empire. We will surround them with our wonderful cities, and then we will destroy them and replace them with our cities. Thank you very much. And when we get $300 every time we do it. So we shall do it. Now we have the boost for theology. Let's get it. We can then make temples. That gives us more faith. Alright, Cordoba's a little close for comfort. I'm going to scoot up around here. Then these guys are just filling in the gaps, and then they can go home, and the scout can take over the scouting. He's just kind of up here. He's going to get to the sea and follow the coast back down. Now we know where the Gauls are and what they're up to. This guy might just help that settler, go walk before it, make sure there's no trouble. Alright, gotta cross the river. Next turn. This guy wants to actually stay in our territory and heal. Archers coming north. Warriors coming north. We've gone into... Oh my dear. Look at those toned muscles. Look at that beautiful face. Those light eyes, the hair. Your fingers are beautiful. You're such a beautiful... I'm helpless. I'm helpless at your gaze. I am Gorgo, Queen of Sparta, and leader of the Greeks. Who are you? What victories can you speak of? Well, I can tell you that if I can catch my breath, stop my heart from beating, to tell you that you are the most beautiful creature I have ever seen. I am Lord Julius, a descendant of the great Gaius Julius Caesar to come in the ages hence, but I am your ardent lover, and I would love to visit, but I much prefer that you visit our hospitality and share in the glory of Rome. Oh, well, I'm very pleased. I look forward to our actual meeting, and I must say, Enchante. There we are. Let's make sure we send her a delegation right away when it's our turn. Hello, Wonder. Here we have the ancient hanging gardens. Aren't they beautiful? Now we're going to watch them build it, decorate it. Beautiful. The ascent to the highest story is by stairs, and at their side are water engines, by means of which persons appointed expressly for the purpose are continually employed in raising water from the Euphrates into the garden. Strabo. And the hanging gardens, what do? Increases city growth by 45% in all our cities. Must be built next to a river. 45% growth. That's some quick growth. Our cities are going to get populated now. Our great civilization is going to begin to expand in all our cities, not just one. All of them. Isn't that great? And, of course, the settler is going to speed out in front of that warrior. Now we have to get something else here in the city. What should we get? How about a campus? Got a +4 campus right next to that nice little holy site, and it will also increase that holy site adjacency to 6, I believe. So we're going to put a campus in there. Looks like we got some trouble. No food. We need food. Food. Gotta have food in Atium. We're going to keep that in mind. Got plenty of food there. Just got to get a builder to improve it. Alright, well, we're going to come back and fill in this gap and then bring our warriors home and count on our scout to go out there. Maybe we'll get another scout. Alright, this is why we need food, because we need this trade route. We will send that trade route to Rome. And now it's 2 turns to growth. It's not just a dash in there. 1 more border growth to get this mountain. I don't know why we would, but it's alright. I mean, it's fine, I guess. Alright. Now that problem solved. Okay, we're going to come up the long hallway. Not going to chance going by Vesuvius. It's always active. Go off at any time. Okay. A Spartan delegation honors you with gifts of olive oil and black broth. Accept them with honor. Oh, you're so martial, so tough, so beautiful. Your delegation is so welcome. Thank you. Excellent. I'm so glad to have pleased you. Jupiter bless you. Or Zeus, I suppose, if you prefer. There you go. I'm so smitten. I just can't tell you. I can't think of anything else but Gorgo, gorgeous Gorgo. Many dispute the actual start of the classical era, but you know it was when Rome discovered currency. +1 error score, yay. Money, if it does not bring you happiness, will at least help you to be miserable in comfort. Helen Gurley Brown. Now we have buildings for our commercial hub. I have a mod that gives you some extra interesting buildings. That's great. Now we can create industries. That's part of the monopolies and corporations mode. And we can make money now from commercial hubs. We are getting more and more advanced very quickly as we go through the tech tree. We have another tech now, 3 turns, so we're making good science, 17.5 points per turn. And we can do a lot better, and we will. We will do a lot better. But right now, we're getting toward the end of the episode. There's another district we can make, the harbor. It makes us gold. Definitely want to do that. 3 turns, we could have that. Horseback riding in 3 turns. I think we could have that. I think we'll go for celestial navigation, kind of catch up on the naval part of the game. Now, I can't see my military score there, but I can go here and see it. Right here, by just going here. Right? Where does it tell me? I think it does tell me somewhere. Thought it did. Maybe on the original screen here. Okay, yeah, domination. 130 military strength. You see that? That's what I was looking for. There it is, 130. And it's got 113. We got 17 science. He has 44 science. Boss science. He's killing science. So we would definitely got to take this guy out. Because he is too good at science for us to let him live. Our first objective is to unify the peninsula by taking out the city-states, just like Rome did. Took over Tuscany, took over southern Italy, unified the city-states, and then proceeded its march to victory over the rest of the Mediterranean. That's what we're going to do. Because we are, of course, trying to play like Rome would have played. Oh, we can go through here this way. Geneva doesn't have that square yet. And this is as far enough for that warrior to go. We're going to let that settler go on his own way. I don't think there's any threats to that settler. And our southern military units are also going to go north. And our scout is going to come down to scout the Southland, find Portugal, to find the towns. Going to sweep through here to get this taken care of in case there's something hiding in there. I doubt there is, but there's theology. And now we have holy site adjacency bonuses, which is good. Temple, we can build temple. And the Mahabodhi temple, that would give us 2 diplomatic victory points and 2 apostles, which is definitely a good wonder to get. I would love to get that, but you have to have a temple first. Man suffers only because he takes seriously what the gods meant for fun. Ain't that the truth by the wise Mr. Alan Watts, one of my favorite Zen philosophers, great sense of humor, great guy. Change some policies, perhaps. We're not building wonders now. What else can we do? Builders, 20% for buying tiles. Production again. Well, whatever it is, caught up in the details of Civilization 6. I've gone over time again. I didn't tell you to like the stream or to share it or to comment or to, subscribe, hit the bell, watch some other videos, check out some playlists, send me money, tell me I'm a great guy in the comments, send me good vibes with your prayers and wishes. Because I do believe that we do have an electromagnetic energy to our consciousness that can pervade the universe like the old Tao force that the old Lao Tzu was talking about. Poor Lao Tzu. He got so disillusioned with life that he got on his water buffalo, traded in his furniture and his stuff in his house, and he bought a water buffalo and some food and started heading out to the desert. He's leaving town. Couldn't put up with it anymore. People were so foolish and ignorant. They didn't like him anyway because nobody likes to be told the truth. So he headed out of town, came to the gate to the town that opened up into the desert so he could go live as a hermit. And because he was so disillusioned with the ignorance of people. And before he went, he stopped and filled up his water jug, and he was talking to the gatekeeper guy there because he was kind of a down-to-earth guy, work-class guy. He was a soldier, standing guard over the towers that guarded the gate. Started talking to the old guy. He seemed to be a neat old guy with a cool sense of humor, kind of like King Wen of old. And, here is a great scientist. And wouldn't you know it, he's Chinese. Isn't that great? What's he do for us? We can get a great scientist now because we got all those pluses. We're going to start cleaning up on these great people now. We have a campus, so that's why. There are no more holy people to get because Simon Peter is about to be snapped up by an unmet player, and he's the last one. We already got our great prophet. You can only get one. So this guy can triggers the Eureka for celestial navigation, mathematics, and engineering. That's what we're working on right now, is celestial navigation. And we almost got it done. And you get the boost for education. I'm going to slap this guy into the campus and do his thing. We'll get celestial navigation. Done. There it is. Engineering, mathematics. Yes. All I ask is a tall ship and a star to steer her by. John Masefield. So there's celestial navigation. All traders to embark. Allows harvesting of fish and crabs. Now we can open up the oceans. As I said, you got the great lighthouse. That's a great plus. 9 gold. Oh, yeah, baby. And harbors. You can make a new district. Harbors. Harbors are fun. They give you a trade route. Once you get a lighthouse, you can't be sending ships out without a lighthouse. But now we're 5 minutes over. It's really hard to stop playing this game. Their motto is one more turn because you just can't stop. It's so interesting, and you get so caught up in all these things. It's like playing 12 games of chess at once. I just love it. But we've just eaten up another episode. And it passes so quickly. But thank you so much, and I really appreciate your engagement with the video, your views. I watch the numbers, and I just love it. And I want to wish you the best and say, love your life. Find some peace of mind. Do what you love. And get a part-time job to pay the bills and spend the time with your family and friends, because one of the things I think my generation did for the world, and I think it's in its own way, it's opposite to the World War II greatest generation, but in my opinion, it may even be a greater generation because we taught the world an important lesson. It's not all about work. Before our generation, it was all about work. After our generation, the word party became a verb. It wasn't just a noun of a gathering of people. It was a verb. It was an action, to party. And that gave another dimension to life. Because now we don't work constantly on subsistence farms. We have leisure time. And our civilization evolved. And so sitting around with your friends, playing music, or just talking about cool stuff, or talking about our favorite TV shows and stuff like that, that became just as important as going to work, doing something of service to your community as a doctor, lawyer, Indian chief, teacher, factory worker, food service worker, street cleaner, sanitation worker, whatever it is. That's great. There's nothing wrong with it. I don't think there's anything wrong with being of service to your community through work. But I would rather have a 20-hour full-time work week. That way everybody will have a job. There'll be no problems. And you'll have more time left for you to follow your passions, to spend time in nature, to be with your friends. I strongly have advised for years, since the late 80s, that we should have a 20-hour full-time work week because they doubled the work base. They let women work, which is a new development in our society, and they allowed minorities to work. The dreaded brown-skinned people, they got to work too. But they didn't add more jobs. In fact, they sent the jobs overseas. So we really need a break in the working class. It's about time our society gave to the working class. And I think that would be the best thing they could do. 20 hours, you're good. You get 40 hours of pay for 20 hours of work. And that's finance. Where are we going to get the money? We're going to get the money from the rich people. They've been ripping us off with materialistic insanity for 50 years. I think it's about time our world gives back to the working class across the world. 20-hour work week. That would do it. Anyway, thought I'd throw that gem in there. It's something I've been passionate about all my life, 20-hour work week. But thank you so much for coming along, and I hope I, taught you something about history or how to play Civilization 6 or how to have a good life and how to have a good time. That's all I'm doing, and I hope this was inspiring, relaxing, and fun. Take care. Bye.